Not
So it
in.
looks like Just Pearly Things has been demonetized, and as I said in previous videos, this is indiscriminate. And when I say indiscriminate, I mean that it doesn't matter if you are black or white, male or female. If you make a particular type of content, your days on YouTube are numbered. And the reason I put why you should not be celebrating behind the titles is because, you know, people, they're kind of short-sighted, right? When a creator that they don't like gets demonetized, they start to celebrate. Ooh, we got him boys, knocked him down, right? Got rid of him. And you celebrate and you rejoice and you revel in that person's demonetization. Maybe even they lost their channel. But then they never think, hey, wait a minute, the person that I like, the content creator that I listen to, they make some objectionable content as well. Is it possible that one day they might also get the same fate of the person that I was just celebrating? See, they don't think that. And the issue is that YouTube is really cracking down, like hard. They have AI now that literally scans transcripts of thousands of videos. This is not a manual review of a person that's going back and, you know, looking through all of your old videos. No, they have LLMs that can communicate with the API and go through tons of videos very fast, looking at the transcript of those videos and interpreting what you have said. And based on that, they can apply a strike, or they can send that specific video to a human review again and say, hey, you know what? This video does not meet the new community guideline. That's the thing about YouTube. They retroactively strike. And everyone has known this. This is not anything new. You see what happened to Cynthia G. That wasn't new. That had happened like back in like 2017, 2018. You guys remember the adpocalypse? And then there was another mini adpocalypse like sometime during the pandemic. YouTube makes the rules, right? They're the arbiter of what they determine as hate speech, as what they determine as questionable content, objectionable content. And if they don't want it on their platform, it won't be there. And they can make a rule tomorrow saying that if you curse more than 3 times in the video, it will be demonetized. And guess what? Even if the video is monetized today and it has no strikes, they can make a rule tomorrow and that video that was monetized today and is good to go, it can get a strike tomorrow because YouTube retroactively applies rules. Now, thank goodness this doesn't happen in the US legal system, as many people would be screwed for a plethora of reasons. Only private companies and private businesses can do this, and it's not a violation of your First Amendment rights because it's a private entity, right? It's not the government making any laws, it's YouTube setting rules and precedents and standards, and they suck and they're dumb, but guess what? They can do that. So my advice to content creators, and I can think of a lot of them. I have so many people's names in my mind right now who I know their channel isn't safe. There's a ton of people, their channel is not safe. If you think your channel is safe just because it has a green check mark by the video, then you're still dumb and you're still not understanding what's going on here. YouTube is clearly tired of this red pill content, which I said I think that's the real play. I think in a few years none of that content will be on YouTube. All the guys who made their living doing red pill, I'm telling you that those days are numbered. That is not going to be on the platform, or if it is, it's not going to be making any money. And when a video isn't monetized, it dies in the algorithm. It doesn't get served to as many people. It definitely won't be on the front page of YouTube. You will have to literally type in that creator's name and find them. YouTube won't even send out notifications for when their content creator uploads new videos. In my opinion, just based on how I've seen things trending, mind you, I've been on YouTube since 2017 and I've been watching since like 2014, I think that content is gone. So you need to pivot. Not saying you have to stop making that content, but just making it for YouTube, you need to pivot. I think you need to try X, right? X, you can make money on the platform, not as much as YouTube right now, but you can make money on, you know, content, on views and impression and things like that. You might want to try Rumble. Those are probably your only 2 options right now, or of course Patreon, right? But we're talking about if you're just making money from ads, you got Rumble and you got X, because Facebook is not allowed it. TikTok is even even worse than YouTube. So don't think about TikTok, and they don't pay much anyway. Snapchat, I mean, it's going to be really hard to kind of reach new people just based on the Snapchat algorithm. So you don't have many options, and there's a lot of channels. You need to purge your content. You need to go through all your old videos, and if it's not making money, if it's not, even if it is making money, if it's questionable in any way, you need to get rid of it, because you clearly see YouTube at any time they can go and demonetize, they can go and strike at any time for any reason. If they want your channel gone, they'll get your channel gone, because 9 times out of 10 you have said something on your channel that can be in violation of the community guidelines, but a manual reviewer didn't catch it. That's what we just saw happen to Cynthia G. A manual reviewer didn't catch it until someone went and looked at it again, until that Ars Technica lady went and said, no, look at this again, YouTube. And YouTube said, oh, you're right, strike. So I'm telling you, Just Pearly Things, Fresh and Fit, Cynthia G, YouTube is just getting warm. Your days are numbered if you make content like them, and that includes me too, but I have plans that are beyond YouTube for me personally. So I could give a damn about YouTube. I don't need YouTube, nor do I even want to be affiliated with this platform in the future, because it's clear to me that they don't like a certain type of content. And you know, for black men and trying to fix your community and calling out the BS, it's just not going to be viable on YouTube. So hey, it is what it is. At least you know where you stand and plan accordingly. If this is your livelihood and your life, and this is how you make your living, you better plan accordingly, because at any time they can pull the plug. And all that celebrating you were doing, I guarantee you won't be celebrating when your channel gets clapped. That's a fact. Okay, anyway, let me know what you guys think about the video. Get you in the next one. Peace.
So that was your boy SPK Speaks. I'll go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Fair use, fair use, fair use. And he was really breaking down, it's like, you know, you watch yourself for these other channels who's probably in a red pill talk, or who's might be critical in certain views because you might get demonetized. This YouTube is not playing. So I'm gonna pass it to you guys. I'm start with you, Ronnie. What do you think about YouTube? You know, really cracking down on people, and you know, if they're not following the rules, demonetize it. Do you believe it's the right thing they're doing, or it's the wrong thing they're doing?
The thing is, people keep forgetting YouTube is a partnership, which means they're allowed to do pretty much whatever they want. They're allowing you to pretty much to come on their platform, you know, to have some form of free speech. But at the same time, there's guidelines, there's rules. You can't really say anything that you want to say. Now, don't get me wrong. In the past, when YouTube first started, there allowed people to do anything. People was allowed to show movies. People was allowed to, you know, to go in. Like they pretty much, especially these real pill content creators, they would like literally go in. However, I think now YouTube is trying to expand their brand even further, and to the point that they want to last a very long time, and also in the near future. So they're trying to cut down on anything that they think is gonna harm the platform. So a lot of these real player content creators, they some of them probably do get the email. They just choose not to listen to the email because they say, no, I'm still gonna do my own thing. Prime example, like Tommy Sotomayor, Cynthia G, and then now just Pearly Things. But for her case, she have a big enough following that she could pretty much go outside of YouTube and pretty much create well, I think she has a Patreon, but she could pretty much create her own website and then pretty much do whatever you want. And a lot of these content creators, Jordan, are starting to do that now. I'm starting to notice it now. Like on Cynthia G now, she have her own personal website, and I think her Patreon as well. That they're leaving. They're starting to leave YouTube anyway altogether because they feel like they don't like to be in control. They want to do what they want to do. And now, don't get me wrong, Rumble right now is saying it used to be how YouTube used to be like in the past, but pretty soon Rumble will change as well. They're gonna start picking your name and like, you know what? No, we want to do whatever YouTube's doing because they pretty much they're carving the same format as YouTube, what YouTube used to be back in the days. So these people got to be careful. You got to be careful. And shout out to on Fresh Sound Florida, the Real Crown. Shout out to you, True with Purpose, Just Jay, Nightish, Ken Dog, Jabbar. What's going on, big dog? And also a special shout out to Sporty, man. Greatly appreciate it. And Just Jay, you be high and you be in the clouds. But and now that shout out to your content as well. I see you doing your thing. But at the same time, especially us on KR Culture Radio, pretty soon, we've been talking about that in the back that we're gonna start creating our own website where we can also go live as well. Because you can't really depend on YouTube because remember it's a partnership
That's a fact.
in the partnership. And we can't get upset at that because they're giving us an opportunity to be on this platform and to, create content and not only that to keep the crowd entertained. So it is, yeah, true. I think we're gonna drop the link shortly. But yeah, it's like that. But that's just my personal opinion. But I would like to hear you guys take on it. Go ahead, Akim.
Jordan, did you speak yet, or
No, not yet. You can go ahead.
okay? For me, um, I want to highlight what Fresh Sound Florida said. Fresh Sound said, I think they were monetized before, but YouTube has always been demonetizing cats. It's just now they starting to ramp up. So this is not nothing new. This is ain't no different from Instagram. You act a fool on Instagram, you'll lose your Instagram channel. You know what I mean? Same thing with Facebook. A lot of these people, since they've been to a whole new level, they're not playing games with people. So if you cross the line, you definitely gonna do. We know what you can't say and not say. So you gotta understand. But these people are not creative enough to make other type of content. Cynthia G needs to talk bad about black men for her to make money. She's not smart enough to make any other content that that can resonate with anybody. Her whole life is dissing black people, dissing black men. Just like Tommy Sotomayor. When he wasn't dissing black women, he couldn't make no money. And that's the thing of it.
Yeah, I hear on that, Hakeem. Personally, for me, I know for us as in Chaos Culture Radio, for us, we know what we want. We know what we are as a brand. We know what we want to do, and we all know the rules here in the Chaos Culture Radio. And for us, in the future, we want to see ourselves as a media,
Yeah.
and on our own media company and everything. So with this, we'll really appreciate we could be on not just on YouTube, we on Twitch, we on
Yeah.
Instagram, we on Facebook. Eventually, we're gonna be on TikTok, and also we post us on Twitter. So we see that there's a lot of things we can post our channel on and everything, so we can see us, so everybody can see us, just not just from YouTube but everywhere else. So for us, eventually, once we get our money and everything, we won't rely on YouTube, even though, once we get monetized, we partnership, we'll be very, very appreciated and everything. We get our ad revenue, and get paid and everything. But for us, we think outside the box, for some of these YouTubers or content creators who really depend on YouTube, who build their following, build their views to maybe 10,000 subscribers to 50,000 subscribers to 100,000 100,000 subscribers or million subscribers. To me, there's certain YouTubers that they still think in the box. They just think on YouTube is going to, they rely on YouTube. They say, hey, I'm rely on YouTube money. It's just so big, it's so good, and they pay me well. And then now your type of content, maybe you're in the red pill, or let's say Cynthia G, with your brand is talk bad about black men in general. You know, you to me, you just kind of push the thin lines. It's like, hey, I'm not thinking outside the box. Like, hey, maybe I'll make me a website. Maybe I'll go to other Patreon. So, the people that watch me on YouTube, maybe I could put some of them, maybe 10% of my people that watch me on YouTube and watch me on my Patreon. Now, for here on Chaos Culture Radio, we want to say, hey, not just YouTube, we want everybody to see us. And then once we get our money, we can make our own app. We can make our own website. I'll give you one person, Tasha K. She has over a million subscribers on her channel. So some of her stuff she do, it might be controversial. So what she did was she made a Tasha K app live that.
Yep.
Because she followed the rules of YouTube. She knows she can't really cuss like that or really get into it like that. For instance, remember she got in trouble with Cardi B and she got sued.